Has seemed a very long time indeed. We're back though in Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. I'm joined today in the commentary box, as I will be throughout this season, by a great racing driver, a former F1 competitor, a man who was world champion once upon a time as well, and an all-round top chap. It's the one and only Anthony Davidson. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, the first time racing these cars. So what are the big questions that need to be answered here, in your view?
First of all, Crofty, and thanks for the glowing introduction, I just want to say it's a real privilege to be here, and I can't wait to see what this competitive field has in store for us this season. Now, to answer your question, obviously there's the question of performance in race trim, but really this is going to be all about reliability. It's the first Grand Prix of the season, don't forget. You're pushing all your new components to their limits. Formula One cars are full of very sophisticated but also very sensitive technology. So the most important thing today is to get to the end of the race, keep everything in good condition, and try to stay out of trouble while you're at it.
What a great way to start the season. Pole position. Now let's take the win.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Ferrari in pole position then, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Button, Massa and Valtteri Bottas, Alonso, Perez, Esteban Gutierrez and Kvyat, Sainz, Grosjean, Rio Haryanto and Jolyon Palmer, Nasser and Magnussen. Marcus Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Drive-through penalty. You have a drive-through penalty. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. This is your final lap of the race. Nursing some minor front wing damage. Race. Not our best day by any means.
brilliant stuff from Red Bull today. What a superb victory. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Daniel Ricciardo takes over the lead of the drivers' championship after that excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
It's got to be Romain Grosjean. He was in another league for me today. Really impressive.
On to the constructors then. Red Bull moved to the top of the table. It was great.
Hey, good to see you again. The factory sent over the parts that were looking good on the rig. They're being fitted as we speak. Have a look at the report.
Welcome to the deserts of Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session. So, Anthony, lots to do, of course, in these sessions, lots of programs to run. What are you looking for when you jump in the car for free practice?
Well, you have basic checks first of all. You know, is the car working correctly? What are the track conditions like? And you'll be chasing that as the session goes on. Things like that. Then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, and they become more like test sessions where it's all about gathering new data, testing components, tweaking the setup and so on. So there's only so much actual practice that these drivers need. Most of them will be plenty familiar enough with the track layout, either from previous experience or from the simulator.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec. session so far. To remain dry for a while, we will update you if the outlook changes. Fastest lap? Good job. Chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development.